So to demonstrate how to transition from the first row of single crochets that I'm going to make again in this video to the third row, it's slightly different from how you build any kind of stitch from the foundation versus the subsequent rows after that. So as I told from in the previous video, I'm going to insert my hook into the second chain from the loop, from the hook, and insert it in just on the top loop of the V. So after turning your work, so you should have turned your work, otherwise this is not possible. And I'm going to insert and pull through both. Again, go through the top loop of the V, take your yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through both. So you do this consecutively for since I did 11 chain stitches, I'm going to do 10 single crochets. It's a slightly smaller swatch that I'm making, so you can see I can get to the transition faster. So I'm trying to do it in the frame, but sometimes it moves out of the frame, don't mind that. So I have 2 more to make. Last one is on the very top loop of the first chain you ever made, and it looks like this. So right now you see ridges on all the 10 single crochet, and if you actually turn your work, like if you look the behind part of it, you will see pi symbols for each single crochet. So you'll see like 2 and then the straight dash line. So you'll see pies, and this side you'll see ridges. So now to transition to the next row, you basically need to build the height. Previously what we did in the foundation chain was like we went from the second chain of the hook so that the first chain sort of it gets sandwiched in this corner, and it gives you the height to build up to the next row. But you don't have the same case over here because you just made 10 single crochets, which is exactly the number of stitches you want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain one more, just a regular chain, yarn over and pull through the hook. So you have 1 chain. Turn your work after that, and now this is where it gets a little bit different. Ignore the first chain you made, go to the first single crochet or the last single crochet you made in the previous row, and insert your hook into both loops this time. So if you look this way, I'm changing the angle, you can see the V, all the V's neatly line up, and your hook needs to go right under both the loops of the V, not just one loop but both the loops. So this is what changes from like the third row onwards. Only for when you build single crochets on the foundation chain do you go to the top loop of the V. Otherwise it's always to you put your hook through both these loops. So again, I'm going to insert my hook under both loops of the V. So it's very smooth, it won't get stuck, just both loops of the V. Don't go through any part of the stitch of the single crochet. Yarn over, you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through. So you keep doing this for every every 10 single crochets you made. Go through this, go through. If you see this way, like keep your work this way and put your yarn. Sometimes initially that helps. Both loops. So yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through both loops, yarn over, pull through both. So the very last single crochet was like this one, I think. Yeah, there's one more after that. Yeah, there's one more after that. So this corner chain was the height building chain. You don't do anything with that chain, but this is the last V you see. So you're going to insert your hook into the last V or the very first single crochet you made in the previous row, and then pull your yarn through both. My hand looks very unsteady because I'm trying to do the single crochet looking through the camera view, so I get a little jittery, but this is how it looks. So you go, now it's the same thing, like you again chain one, I'm just demonstrating the beginning part, turn your work, go to the first single crochet that you see from the hook or the very last single crochet you made at the previous row. Hope this helps.